How we all doing, guys? So today's episode's another gaming memories, episode 4. Right. So with this one, I'm going to cast your mind back to 1990. Um, so I had a friend called Nicky, growing up, and his mum was really hard working. She was always at work, so I spent a lot of time with Nicky, and in fact, his mum was a really nice person. She's no longer with us, unfortunately, which is a real shame. But she was really great. I mean, I remember as a kid growing up. We was quite poor growing up. I grew up in a one parent family, and money was tight. And I remember the first time I ever went on holiday was actually with him and his mum, and that was to the Isle of Wight, I think. So yeah, it was a lot of good memories. I had some really good memories with him, and a lot of them were gaming related, but they also sort of led into other things because other things happened at the time. And this is one of them. so, so right, basically, because his mum worked so hard, he quite often he was the youngest in the family. He had two sisters, so you could say he got a little bit spoiled, and he was always the first one to get things. For example, he was the first one to get a mountain bike. We was all riding around still on rally burners and things like that, and he had a mountain bike. So and he always had like the gadgets as well, like the speedo on the bike and all that. And back then, these things weren't cheap at all. So yeah, he always had everything before everyone else. And of course, we were all like, oh, so we was all round there having a go on things, but we also wanted these things too. So a bit of a nightmare for the rest of us guys' parents because we weren't in that position. So um, our parents probably couldn't stand the fact that we hung about with Nicky really in a lot of ways. But yeah, because as a result, we'd go home and go, "Oh, mum, can I have?" And the money wasn't there. So yeah, as a result, he quite often had the new stuff that was coming out. So we was always around there having a go on it, especially when it come to computers. And he'd not long picked up or got a Amiga 500 his mum had bought for him. And that was to replace what he had before, which was the Amstrad CPC 464, and the one with the colourful keys and all that. So, um, and basically, what had happened was he set the 500 up like most kids do. He'd set it up and sort of put his Amstrad to the side, and it was just sitting there. He hadn't put it away; it was just there. And I remember on this particular day, we was round here, and Aston Villa were playing. He was a big Aston Villa fan, and he was watching the game. We was both watching it. I mean, admittedly, I'm not as big a football fan as he was, but we was watching the game, and he's standing up, getting very excited because Aston Villa were doing pretty well, and he's peeling an orange, right? So basically, he's peeling the orange, gets all the skin off, and Aston Villa score, and he gets really excited. He goes goal like that, throws the orange up in the air, kicks it, it hits the wall, big mark on the wall, and then it lands on his Amstrad. All mush. It actually killed his Amstrad because it all got inside it. And it also ruined his mum's wallpaper, which I don't imagine she was too happy about. In my opinion, it was probably a good thing because the wallpaper was a really outrageous pattern anyway. But he left a big mark on it, obviously from the oil or whatever from the orange, because the juice, it's got like a kind of oil to it, hasn't it? It stains, and it did. It put a big stain on the wall. But the Amstrad was a goner. I mean, it landed in a pile of mush right on top of it and leaked inside. And of course, when he tried it out next, it had killed it. So yeah, It's just it always crops up in my head every now and again. It's always funny. It was so funny when I was there. I remember he done it, and at the time I was like, oh, like that, because I see it hit the wall and land on his computer. But now, you look back on it, it is funny. He couldn't even believe he'd done it himself. He just got so excited, he just forgot himself completely and just booted it across the room. He's hit the wall and big marks splattered on his Amstrad. It was funny. It was funny. But obviously at the time, he's thinking to himself, how am I going to explain this one? And to be honest with you, I don't know what he said to his mum to get out of that. I don't know, but it was funny. So unfortunately, he killed his Amstrad. So yeah, short and sweet story, that one, but a funny one, in my opinion anyway. Maybe you had to be there, but it was hilarious. I was laughing my head off. So, but yeah, it was funny. Good memory. So anyway, I'm going to leave that one there, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe, and also comment as well. And also make sure you click the all when you click on subscribe, so that you're made aware of all our future videos and live streams. And until next time, take care, stay safe. Nerdy Geezer out.